Oh man, I am in chapter 21, and Cutter and Viticus are talking, and I love the way that Cutter is talking to this guy. He's not there for Chalice, he's there for Harlow, and he's there for Murillo. I think if he would have gone there, um, because Chalice sent him, because of that whole thing. I don't know if he would have, he wouldn't have gone for with the right intentions, but he is coming to, Absalar still, or this vision or whatever happened, was saying to pull away from this path, but I love that he's here. My very favorite book, maybe of all time. I have favorite characters and other things, but my very favorite book, start to finish, is The Count of Monte Cristo, and it has just the most deliciously, I hate using that word for it's just a stupid word to say but it's amazing. The revenge in that book is so good, way better than the movies and the shows. Um, and I just love the dialogue between people. You finally, after this long road, kind of get towards the conclusion, and you get some of this sort of dialogue. I love the way Viticus is just has no respect. The weight of people dying, doesn't even bother him at all. Uh, I hope Crocus. I still like calling him Crocus. I hope Crocus can deal with this guy. Well, this will be a big bummer. So we'll see. We'll see, but it's about to start. Well, that was fast. Didn't even get to see it. Just has two knives sticking out of his chest. Dang it. I wish we would have seen it. But dang, that was freaking fast, which is awesome. And this foreman, everyone's just watching. Like, is this guy going to be our new person, and he's going to be worse than Viticus was? And what's his face? The foreman just spits on his face on the way out, and holy smokes, holy smokes. Well, Cutter doesn't think that Harlow's alive, and he's just weeping for his friend. Man, I love Crocus. I'm still going to call him Crocus, but it'll be interchangeable. Really, really cool. Dang. But Harlow's around somewhere, so hopefully he gets snatched up soon. Oh man, I want Harlow to get away so bad. I was so excited about Crocus defeating this dude, but man, if Harlow gets hurt, that's just the end for me. I'll just be done with the series. So it's on you, Steven Erikson. Oh man, well, Authority might kill herself, but if I'm I'm willing to bet that she will kill Gaz in the end. Sometimes these deaths come in bunches, and we've had one, so I'm guessing we're going to have a few others. But oh man, it's tense. It's tense. All right, we're kind of jumping around here to some of these other people, like Blend and Picker's upstairs still laying. Solara is wandering around. Duiker at his normal table, just still being really down. I love Duiker. He was like my favorite character. Him and Haborik, I love both of them from Deadhouse Gates. And I'm still waiting to see if Duiker is going to get that horse back from, the guy, what's his face, who's kind of in charge of the dead tears or whatever you call him. That guy that doesn't think he's a good leader. And there's a bunch of those, but I'm waiting to see that reunion again. And if that happens in this book or in another book or what, man, Duiker, he needs to be in the thick of things in one of these because he seems to be always kind of missing out, in his opinion. Uh-oh. Char's leaving. He's going to go find Berthol. Which I like, but he's not supposed to be doing this. So, geez. Hope nothing happens with that guy. That'll be brutal. All right, we are bouncing around all over the place, so I might not be able to do all these little mini scenes. But usually when he does this, it means something's about to go down. Like Kruppa and Call and Mies, and we have Seba with his 31 assassins. They want to have an extra a vacated seat on the council. Man, lots going on. Oh man, I just got to this. Chardon Lim now has heard about what happened. Heard that it's less of a duel, but more of an assassination. Maybe getting the wrong idea about it a little bit, since there are other assassins. But he was told that it was in revenge for Murillo. So, and his first thoughts go to how can he benefit from this? How can he jockey for position to get even more in line to kind of take over House Viticus and stuff like that. Just thinking about himself. Like, I love this kind of stuff, but there's a lot going on, aren't there? Or isn't there? Whoa, okay, so Chardon Lim thinks that Chalice sent Cutter over to do that, which she kind of did ask him to do that, but even she thinks that that's why he went and did that, and is going to let everyone kind of, going to let Lim think that she did that. Very interesting at the start of this scene, where it mentions she's going to go to sleep alone, whether her husband is there or not. Nice touch. And also at the very end of it, says she would be the eye of the storm and feel not even a single drop of rain nor sigh of wind. And that's just after saying, like, she did this for her, for them. No, for her. This lady is got a whirlwind of bad things that are happening around her, or at least this. But wonder where she's. I keep saying that. I shouldn't keep saying that, but that was an interesting scene. Holy crap! And Hannah Orr think it's Call. He thinks it's Call that did it. Just a big crapshoot. All right, now we have Torvald, who's watching Studlock, who's watching the two renegade Segula playing with the knuckles thing. He's watching the rolls very carefully. And a couple times so far in this chapter, they've made mention that there's no wind. But now it's like he's hearing something starting to happen, but he's not feeling anything. Oh man, okay, we have the Hounds. We had them at the end of the last chapter, but now Cutter hears them. This is going to send a panic through the city. Also, he gets into this place where Spite's supposed to be, and all these guys. And he finds this lance that was given to him by the Segula horsemen, and finds that it is like sweating and shaking. Kind of reminds you of the rock that was shaking under the burden of Dragnapur. Like, now even this lance is like, oh, I don't want to be here. So holy smokes, wild. Oh, I love this Grisp guy and his two-legged dog. That as soon as the Hounds show up, it's like it's kind of funny that it just takes off and hides under the thing. And this poor guy has lost like everything. I guess he moved to this place and convinced everyone it was going to be something eventually, but that land is just like useless. And these Hounds just come barreling in, just destroy his shack, and go right into the city through the front gates like they are nothing. And this two-legged dog, that's all he has left. Oh man, can't believe what's about to happen. Are we going to have, what's going to be able to stop these Hounds? Are the Segula going to be able to do it? Holy smokes. Jeez. Oh man, I might be an idiot, but I did not expect Spite and Envy to have a freaking fight in the middle of all this. Spite has done some sort of, she's like either opened up the floor and like is shooting magma at her sister or whatever the heck. Holy moly. This is not the time for I mean, maybe it's the perfect time for sisters to argue and have a little fight, but who knows? Holy smokes, jeez. Scorch and Left can hold their own. So they're getting attacked by assassins trying to get in. So, geez. I mean, they do argue and stuff, but they can hold their own. Oh, okay. Well, dang it. This, okay. So Torvald is caught in the middle of all this fight that's going on, and he's seeing all this happen, and he falls off the roof. Then Rallick shows up. We get some inside information about why, it sounds like Torvald thinks that Rallick was going to come and like assassinate him because Torvald ended up being the one who married Rallick's little sweetheart when he was 9 years old, and he's like, dude, I don't care about that. I love both of you. And we find that Lady Verida is Vorkin. Jeez. Okay. And might have a thing for Rallick. So they are going to, it sounds like she wanted these assassins to come in so she could kind of get rid of them and reestablish, restake her claim. But Scorch and Left have taken care of them. And Rallick, but very cool. I think Harlow just made a friend. That's so happy. He had to beat Venaz to death with a rock. And this other guy might not live and has a broken arm, but he might have made a friend. So I like that. Holy moly, Harlow thinks nobody likes him. And in fact, think of all these people who want to come help him. I think Stani feels very differently now. Even Gruntle, who he thinks he doesn't even think Gruntle likes him. And he thinks Gruntle is dead. He figures maybe I should just be dead, and because then I'll be wherever Gruntle is, and then I'll be safe at least. Man, Harlow is a standout of this book. It's so great. Holy smokes, he just crashed a rock on his head, though. On Venez's head. Holy. Oh man, okay, Gaz kills Hannett Orr, and then he's like, oh shoot, this wasn't just nobody. I gotta get home and shoot, I'm in big trouble if people find out I'm the one who did this. Oh, okay. People are just dropping, aren't they? Out goes Call. Heard that Hannett is outside, but he doesn't know that Hannett is already dead, but he's going out now. All right, we haven't really talked about this guard that has the bad heart. Kruppa kind of helps him figure out that this is Gaz because of the marks of the knuckles without fingers, and then he's like, oh, I know just who to go to. I really like this guard, and he has a loving family at home, so hopefully he's going to be okay. Probably have a heart attack last thing, so crap. But he's on his way to go get Gaz now. Jeez. And Kruppa tells him to beware the toll. Oof. Oh man, Thordy just killed Gaz. And apparently all this stuff that she's been making with the rocks is prepared for this moment. Something that called itself me, his last shriek of terror. Anyway, I'm not going to go through all that, but holy smokes. I can't believe how quick pace this is. How come the first 800 pages weren't like this? Holy freaking crap, it's Hood. All right, that was the best. That was the best. With this guard who's basically having a heart attack on his way there. And Hood shows up, and this guy figures that he's come to take me away. And Hood figures, I am what I am, but I am going to have my way. And says, your soul shines, it is bright, blinding, so much honor, so much love. And he just sees so much goodness in the guy that he kind of gives him, he like heals him. And just walks on. And I love Hood. See, I knew he wasn't just going to be a terrible person. I like this Hood guy. I'm not sure all that happened in this thing when this guard finally talks to Hood. And she's been, she is, I don't know if that's a title, the Mason of the Lord of the Slain. But it entailed a fearsome responsibility. They're talking about this reward, and yeah. I understand there's a reward, and he says there is, and she holds up the kitchen knife, and he flinches a bit, but he nods a second time. Not exactly sure what to make of that, but very cool that freaking Hood is wandering around in Darujistan. I mean, if he's going to be somewhere, he's going to be here where the Hounds are going crazy, and we have Segula fighting, and we have assassinations, we have Lady Envy and Spite fighting each other. Like, what the freak else is going to happen here? Oh, man. Okay. Skillis never was about to murder his family. And just so much going on. And, if we're going to get a whole bunch of jumping around here, then I don't know if I'll handle all of them. But, yep, she doesn't have to run because she stood in front of her boys and then stabbed them right in the up the jaw, or yeah. Jeez. Oh, jeez. We are jumping around to people dying. We have these two kids running around, and one of them's like jumping down the stairwell or something and loses, he trips and dies falling down the stairs or something. And we have this other late guy taking care of his mother who's just kind of, she's getting old and she dies. Oh, looks like we get a whole bunch of these. Holy crap. Got this creepy dude. While his wife is in the other room, he's got a rope around his neck and doing his thing, and the rope wouldn't. Holy smokes, what a creep. And as soon as he died and she sees it, it's like 1,000 bars of lead have just lifted from her shoulder. And then the two gossipy women will later talk about, you think she did it? Oh man, holy smokes. What is happening? This guy up, a crappy neighbor above, and she's like bashing the roof, being like, shut up. And it turns out that he's got like a demon empress up there, and he's always doing this, and he's squashing cockroaches, and the whole ceiling comes down in her, and her cane that she uses goes like, what the heck? This is the weirdest thing. It's like every single house has something like this going on. Like, it feels very much like with Moses, with all the firstborn of every place, but it's like none of these buildings will go without something like this happening, and she gets squashed, and this, like, it's just so crazy. Wow. Seba gets his butt kicked by Blend. She just wants the name of the person who has sent all these assassins. And since Blend was true to her word, Hood went away. So this guy didn't die in the end, or something like that. Wow. Now, that reminds me of the very first... Let me go to chapter 1. Just right now. Where's the start of this chapter 1? No, it's not that. Is it the prologue? Yes, the very first thing. Speak truth, grow still until water is clear between us. Interesting that the speaking the truth would be brought here again. That guard is very true to his word, and so he was anyway, it might not be anything, but very, very, this is like the coolest thing. Holy smokes. When is the end of this chapter? Sorry, with the title of Reaper's Gale. I was talking before I even hit record. With the title of Reaper's Gale in the last book, this is the kind of thing that I thought we were going to get. This sort of thing where it just is choosing. It's not being selective about who's dying necessarily. The ill and the healthy, the well-born and destitute, criminal and victim, unloved and cherished. It's just reaching everybody. And this night was not done. Mine, not done at all. Jeez Louise. All right. I don't know who the heck just showed up. A soul taken. I don't know if this is... Yeah, no idea. Holy smokes. The coyotes are... this is an alpha. The coyotes are very submissive here and reach down and... yeah, but it is not an evil person, but definitely an alpha. Holy. Freaking Animander Rakes shows up, takes his Drachnipur sword out, and it starts steaming chains all over the bloody city. Holy freaking Caroli. Man, Lady Envy and Spite are like, oh man, that's Drachnipur. This is not good. Oh man, who is he? Is he just going to start lashing out at everyone? What? Okay. Hood and Animander Rake walking towards each other, and now the Great Ravens are like, time to eat. Oh, jeez. Okay, my knees are like bouncing right now. Could be that I just need to go to the bathroom. I drank a lot of Dr. Pepper during this. Animander Rake just cut off Hood's head. Which, as soon as he did that, Son of Darkness, he said, I have reconsidered. And then he just slashes his head. What was he going to say? I mean, was he changing? Because finally he's like being all nice guy. And the weight that went on to Animander Rake's shoulders at that moment. And what does this mean for him now being inside of Drachnipur, maybe? Is he the new Lord of Death? I don't know what this means. And this night, why, it is just half done. That is like maybe the most epic chapter I've ever read certainly in this series. That was amazing. All right, I just went upstairs for a sec after this. That was the craziest chapter. That beats Capistan for me, which stands at the top of my favorite moment maybe in the series. I'm still laughing at that two-legged dog. Like, that was the funniest freaking thing. Jeez. All right, I just went upstairs for a sec after this. That was the craziest chapter. That beats Capistan for me, which stands at the top of my favorite moment maybe in the series. I'm still laughing at that two-legged dog. Like, that was the funniest freaking thing. Jeez. Oh, okay. I do also have to just say, like, Cutter might just have launched back up into my top 10 at least. He is, like, I was ready for that duel, and as soon as it happens, you turn to the next scene and he's like, you saw him challenge me, right? He's just dead right away. Love the dogs. That guy with the noose, holy smokes. Like, and the guy getting just so many little touches that were so great, that were just a masterclass as far as just great storytelling. It's amazing. Such a good chapter.